Well,
No,
he's
no.
talking about being on first class. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the one time I got bumped up to first class and it just ruined flights for me afterwards.
I thought you said something about a 777.
Yeah, like I said, I understand the kind of plane that they take on
Oh, I gotcha.
transatlantic flights and what the first class booths on that plane, on a plane like that look like. I walked
Mhm.
past them.
Oh yeah.
I flew on a C-141 once, which
Nice.
is this um, obscenely enormous military plane.
Yes, I've I've seen one of those in the museum. I've never been on one while it was moving.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
The most terrifying one I ever been on was I think we were in the Bahamas at the time, and it was just this little puddle jumper because there were only like four of us could get on the plane along with the pilot. And that thing just shook and moved
Yeah.
with every single gust of wind.
The smaller the plane, the least resistance to turbulence you have.
And they always fucking bounce when they land, man. Oh my God, the bounce.
Yeah.
I think that
The
was in my.
controls
I've
crash.
I've I've flown like a smaller Cessna in a flight simulator before, so I'm sure I could do the real thing.
I've flown an actual Cessna
Nice.
Did you like take
for a minute
lessons
there.
or?
I was working on my pilot's license,
I'm a
so I've
little
got like
I'm a little jealous because I've always wanted to do that.
My
maybe 10, 15 hours of unofficially logged flight. So
my brother-in-law flies regularly and has his pilot's license.
it's the
And
fucking coolest, man.
oh yeah,
Shit.
I actually have enough points built up on one of my credit cards where I can actually get the equivalent of like 10 pilot's license. I mean lessons on it, and Julie will not let me do it because
Yeah,
she's like
you
she's
got to stick around.
yeah. She wants me to stick around, and she said those are the planes that have the accidents.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I mean, I guess I can't argue with that, and I do live in the age where I could just play a video game if I want to pretend to fly. So I guess I'll be content. So,
Well,
Daniel,
what's the deal with Sean? Is he
I don't think Sean's
he's
making
probably
it.
not going to make it. All right.
John,
Yeah.
yeah, Brandon's not making it,
Well,
but fortunately,
I just made our post to Blue Sky, which is a thing I forget to do from time to time. So if you're
But
filtering
not
in,
this time.
not this time, no, I remembered. So if you're filtering in from, if you're one of like the 50 people that follow us on Blue Sky, make sure you say hi because I'm sure that those posts are seen by more people in general than like on because the Facebook algorithm is like really fucked up, and we don't have anything to do with Twitter. I just like straight up refuse to be a part of it. So, what are we? So we're doing Gungans and Dragons today, which we talked about yesterday as well. But the YouTube release of our podcast will be tomorrow in the morning. So check that out. We not sure if you guys have been watching the calendar, but Star Wars Andor season 2 is like coming up in like a couple weeks. So I think Chris and I at some point, it may not be this coming weekend, but we're gonna do a buzz recap of season 1 of Andor, which is where Chris and I get a little tipsy and then tell the story of Andor season 1. So you can join us for that too. And then if you joined us, or if you joined me at least for the Assassin's Creed stream earlier today, thank you. I'll probably play a little bit more tomorrow as well. And then we'll have Battlefront Thursday for sure, Thursday through Saturday. And that's it. That's in fact that's the capacity of what I can handle.
alrighty. Well, that sounds like a lot. Everybody, welcome to Gungans and Dragons. Pirates of Drinax edition.
Also, I'm sorry. Yes, I did get a haircut. In fact, I might pin this comment. That way, when everyone else asks, they'll just see your comment. Okay.
Well,
please continue.
we resume today. In mid-combat, you found yourself trailing these pirates and finding out that they had gone over to the Borite system. Traveling to the Borite system, you found a very old and dilapidated not a shipyard, a star station going around the gas giant, and a distress signal that had been jerry-rigged to go off. Getting closer with a scan, you found
it's rigged to pop off.
You found a Bogger-sized heat source on the station, and you all, except for Gani McCore and the rest of the NPCs, except for Vim, went over to the star station, and you started to look for the Vogger.
It's starting to come back to me now. We were in trouble, weren't we, at the end of this last one?
Oh, yeah. You started to find some mysterious written messages on the walls warning about a ghost. You got mysterious noises on your radio. And then at the section of the station that you found yourselves in, you found that it had been kind of forcefully closed from the outside, and then out popped this big space bug. I believe.
Also, Monty, didn't you just bumble your way into finding the person we were looking for?
I will get to that.
That seems to be in my memory.
Yes. So Ukluna was able to identify the creature that you have encountered. It is, get to that page, a Chamax, which is kind of this notorious insectoid xenomorph that it has been known to be in the Foreven sector, and is able to secrete a powerful molecular acid from its jaws. And on their native world, the creatures are an unstoppable, marauding horde that sweeps across the planet, devouring everything in their path. At the time, you all began combat, and after kind of encouraging you all to fight, Slems booked it with his grav belt all the way back to the beginning, because he has a lot of speed and he made a really good roll. At the airlock, he discovered...
It's all that time you've been spending in your room with your grav belt on.
He discovered you're missing Vogger and managed to speak to him through his helmet.
But actually, what happened is Lem strategically placed the firearm in the most capable person's possession and sussed out the person of interest and a lost artifact of Drinaxian heritage. Okay.
Yes.
Is that what happened? Because what I think happened is you ran away screaming, and you ran into someone on your way out. Did you grab your painting, by the way? Because wasn't there a painting involved?
He's grabbing the painting and the Vogger, and next turn he will be making his way out. But before we continue further, let's start by introducing ourselves. Usually I'm the last to introduce myself, but fuck it. I am Richard. I am the game master for tonight's session. I'm the one who helps interpret what the roles end up being, how the story goes forward depending upon the player's decisions, and generally make sure that the game keeps moving forward. April, how about you and your character?
I'm April, and I play Andrew, and she's a spacer from Drinax, and there's a giant bug there that we're gonna fight. So
Nice.
she
Daniel?
tried shooting it.
Oh, sorry.
She
No,
tried
no,
what?
you could
Tried
continue,
shooting
April.
it, but we'll see how well that went.
Yeah, didn't you miss,
Mhm.
by the way?
No, I did
No,
hit it.
no.
Oh,
I just
okay.
don't
April,
think it
April
hurt it
hit.
that well.
I gotcha. Well, I play Akluna, who is the spy on your screen here. Standing next to me is my my best NPC friend, Vim.
And let's go with Monty.
I play Slem's intrepid hero, nobleman, currently no longer a nobleman, trying to find his way back into noblehood.
And tonight, one of our usual players, Sean, is unable to come, so he will.
He made Slem's acting captain.
So
I heard
he
it.
will. So at the moment, he's aboard the ship anyway, so kind of a non-factor right now. So we continue now at the top of the next round. Considering now that Slems is out of eye shot of the rest of you, he is not going to be able to give the leadership role that he normally does. So, one of your other characters can attempt to make a leadership role if they wish before everything else.
Who's the best shot? Like who has the best shot?
I do not have leadership, so it's not me.
How's Vim's leadership?
I don't think he
Not
has leadership
great.
either. I think it's
Yes,
probably
sir.
you
Yes, sir.
or nobody.
What do I even have that?
I thought you had 1 or 0.
Let's see. Looking at the character sheets, Ukluna. Let's see. No, no, he does not have leadership. Does Andrew?
I do have Jack of all trades
I do
though,
not.
right? Does that count for something?
Yeah, I'd hate to give them dice.
It makes it so
Barely.
you don't suck as hard. So you can attempt a leadership role. Actually, with your social +2, so that Jack of all trades turns the -3 into a -2, it cancels out, so you can roll 2d6 if you wish. If you succeed, you will get a boon die to assign to people. If you do not succeed, that can possibly grant me bane dies.
No. Yeah, I would deny you of that.
You know,
So you're not-
sometimes a good leader knows when not to lead, Daniel.
So yeah, that's the decision I thought I just made.
All right, so no leadership roll this turn. So instead, we are going to roll to see what your initiative is for this turn. Let's see. Let's start with Andrew. That would be 2d6 +1.
4.
Good job, right?
What's the number?
Oh, okay.
And for Ukluna, that would be 2d6.
Also a 4.
Another 4.
What do you know? It's like this happens very often.
And let's see for Monty. I really hope this is not another 4. Well, it matters a little bit less for Slams right now, but this is going to be just 2d6.
I hope the Vogger turns into one of these things and attacks you.
Wait.
Oh,
Hold on.
terrible.
Why am I rolling? I'm safe.
You're
I'm
still
out of-
You think you're safe.
Technically speaking,
I'm
you
out
are,
of danger.
you're still in the
7.
start station right now.
You are
A 7.
you assume too much.
All right, let me roll for the NPCs right now. So let me roll for Vim. A 9. Okay, go Vim. And let's see. Let me roll for Krish, because now he is actually a part of everything. Oh, Krish, why is your intellect so low? Okay.
Fox News is probably why. I'm just saying statistically.
6. Okay, he got a 6. And
Who's Krish, by the
now-
way?
He's the
The
Vogger
Vogger.
that we found.
Oh, okay. Does he not have a token?
The
At the
Vogger that
moment,
I
no,
found.
but he's about to be taken out of the combat anyway.
Oh,
Um, by Slems, like pulling him out to your ship. And now for the Chamox. Oh, wow.
if you guys will divert your attention to Roll20, I have constructed a bespoke token for Krish.
Wow. Much Krish. All right. Well, at the top of the round, we have Vim. Vim's last action last round was to basically pull you back since you had gone prone. He has a sword on him. He's looking a little bit unsteady since you were hit by the acid. Let me remind you right now, you are in a depressurized part of the station. And also, nothing is really working in this station, and that also includes the gravity. So now that you're in a position where you're having to move, it will take you about 1 minute at sort of normal speeds to kind of make your way through. If you want to try to expedite that, you can use your vac suit skill. Okay. So Vim is going to say, sir, what should I do? Do we fight or do we run?
We run, right, Andrew?
I think that running might be wise.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Can you
the
tell me what like the
Right.
structural integrity of my vac suit is?
It has definitely been affected. There are little warning lights going on right now in your helmet display.
Can we close this door on our way out?
Is there a door there?
Oh,
There's
it
not
might.
a door there.
Well, there's this door right here, right?
Right.
Yeah, you could attempt to manually close that door. Yeah. It'll take a little bit of time. So I'm gonna have Vim roll for his vac suit skill then. Oh, okay. He did spectacularly.
Yeah.
So for his entire turn, he's going to be able to make it here.
Can I tell him to start closing the door while we
Don't close it behind in front of us.
Well, yeah, but get in position to close it after we come through it.
He can try. I'll have him see. All right, he starts working on the mechanics of this door to start to close it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna have to manually close it.
Just tell him to get into. Make sure he's on the other side of that door. Like I don't want him to get locked.
Though you did see direct evidence that this thing was able to.
Not trying to stop it, just trying to slow it down.
All right. So next up is Monty.
Wait, for the record, Daniel, you have my gun that I graciously gave you to defend yourself.
I don't think I'm very good at using guns, though, am I?
You are not. You missed your last shot with it.
Yeah. Plus, even if I were good, I'd get a shit roll anyway. Like, it wouldn't matter. Also, my vac suit's kind of eaten up. Like, I think running is probably our best.
No, you got to give that back because I just borrowed. That's why I asked.
You can have it back.
You're borrowing it.
I'll tell you what. I will. I'll trade you the gun for the painting.
In fact, as you might have like a little, you might be yelling at each other over the radio. Ukluna, you can roll for me right here, 2d6 plus 1. Oh, never mind. It doesn't occur to you.
What a fucking joke.
Actually, Monty, just shits and giggles. Roll me 2d6.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. 1 minute. Just 2d6.
Yeah.
7.
All right, this was an easy one for you. You realize that instead of just passing off the gun when you had been here before, you remembered you came across here daisy chained together, and everyone had their lines before. You could have just told everybody to attach their lines together, and you could have pulled them through the station.
Oh well, they wanted to fight. You know.
Did they?
I wanted to. Daniel, I'm talking to the game master right now. They wanted to fight, and be heroes, and I wanted to give them that opportunity while also staying mission oriented and focused on the objective.
I'm loving this inner rationalization as this thought just pops into his head, and then he just goes, no. They wanted this.
That sounds very Slims. I'm here for it.
Yeah. I would have offered, but I didn't want to shame them.
All right, so is Slems zooming off with Krish right now?
No, I guess we're immediately out of danger, so I'll call on the radio. And this is when I'm arguing for my gun. Like, by the way, Ukluna, you still have my gun, right? Because you have to give that back to me. I just lent it to you.
We'll see if it makes it back.
Krish is yelling at you through his helmet, so it's a bit muffled as his helmet touches your helmet, and he says, "That thing moves fast through vacuum. Let's get the fuck out of here."
I hit him away with my hand, like I would shoo away a servant. And I say, "Not right now, beast." But he can't hear me, so no
As he's
insult.
put away, yeah, he can't hear your space racism.
There you go.
So you're not doing anything else? You're just hanging out there?
Yeah, for the time being.
Oh, and you just made that radio broadcast as well.
Uh-huh.
All right, as you're making this radio broadcast, I want Ukluna to make 2d6 plus 1 roll. Okay, this is kind of easy to notice. As you are talking to Slems, you notice that the creature actually appears to move its head as if it's looking through the walls in this sort of direction of Slems.
Oh.
But then it quickly looks back at you as you make communication back with him.
Do we all have our portable computers on us, right?
I believe so.
Like our communication devices?
Yeah.
Do I have a second to think about this?
This is just a snapshot of the thing that you noticed, and the next person's turn is not a person, it's the Chamaks.
Well, that's a little rude,
Is
Richard.
Slim's privy to this information or no? Because he's a dummy.
You can't see the monster.
Well, you can't see the Chamox from your position. You would literally. Oh, Billy, get up.
Okay.
You would literally have to have Ukluna clue you into this information.
I'll tell everyone.
Tell us what? That it seems to.
Well, it
Okay,
appears to be
radio?
attracted to radio frequencies, yeah. Which means that we can probably figure out a way to lure it somewhere.
Or disorient it?
What do we have any like
Intercom's office.
electromagnetic weapons on the ship?
No.
Well, my idea was to toss one of our communicators into a different area and just have someone from the ship, like maybe the captain or someone, like transmit and get its attention. If that's how I understand it working. Like, is that the correct understanding that I was supposed to get from that?
It could be. It is seemingly interpreting radio signals, but as you're kind of thinking about this, it leaps forward on top of you. Last session you were still prone, and it is attempting to bite you with its acid-covered mandibles.
What weapons do I have?
You are currently holding the gun.
Can I
Point blank.
And so it is now trying its melee bite on you.
Okay, I mean, am I gonna have a chance to respond, or is he just gonna get damage on me? Do I have to wait for my turn?
So it's melee. So let's see.
Can I block with my armored arm? Also, I have communication gear on me, right?
So you could attempt to parry as a reaction. So that would inflict your melee skill as a negative DM to the attacker's roll. So
I mean, it's probably better than not doing anything.
Yeah. So you can use the skills that you've been developing with your melee blade and attempt to kind of fight him off. So instead of him getting 2d6 plus 3 for this attack, it's going to be 2d6 plus 2 to see if he hits. And he needs an 8 to hit you.
I mean, there's no way he's going to roll a 2 or anything.
Well, you almost got him.
All right. So this is going to be... It's going to be that.
You got
And
armor.
the acid. And then the acid. Oh,
Ow.
shit. Just look at your sheet for a second. You had the damage from before. So that's gonna negate that. Oh, right. Okay. That will lead through. Okay. So you're gonna take 1 point of endurance damage. But right now, the alarms inside your suit are blaring. That you have a breach. You're hearing hissing coming out of your suit right now. You are also aware at this point, because you got like the map of the ship before you came. This section is pressurized. These sections right here in brown are pressurized and have atmosphere. So that is the turn of the Chamox.
I take it my suit's not going to last until we get back to the ship, right?
That's a fair assumption.
Okay.
You do have on your suit at any given moment kind of emergency patches that you can apply, but considering you are in direct melee combat right now, you don't really have the time to apply one right now. So the roll's there. So I would say, since April had the +1 for her roll initially, April's character will go first in this instance.
Okay. Can I grab Cluna's tether and pull him along?
You want to snap him to you, and yeah, you can do that.
You carry me like
Basically.
carry me like a fetus, like a little baby. I'll curl
Yes,
up into
so-
your arms.
Well, no, I'm just pulling you along by your cord.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, and then try to get out of here.
Okay. Are you just going at the regular pace, or are you trying to like double time it like Vim did?
How far can I move and still? How far can I snap a shot off and then start moving? How far can I move? I want to have an action, and I do want to try to pop this thing before we move.
Okay, so if you're
If I can.
putting your all into moving as far as possible, then you won't have an action.
Then I'm just gonna move. Then
Okay. Which way are you going to be going? Are you going to be heading down in this direction, or are you going to be trying to make your kind of first left out of this
do
room?
I recall if this door was open or not, or?
I don't believe you guys had initially opened this door, but it was open.
I would want to get further away and try to. It was open?
It was.
Oh, then yeah, I want to book it that way.
You're gonna try to book it that way. Okay. So we're gonna be rolling for your back suit skill because you're using your entire turn for this. This will, instead of an average check, it will be an easy check for Andrew. So this is gonna be 2d6 plus 2.
6.
Hey, you managed it because you put your all into it.
Maximum effort, April.
You'll,
I appreciate your maximum effort.
you'll end up there. There.
Can I put him in front of me?
Considering you're pulling him, he would kind of logically be behind you as you
Okay.
have the momentum.
Well, there's
going forward.
there's no gravity. She can just kind of punt me in the direction of that door.
Yeah, it's a shake and bake.
I mean, it might make it a bit more unwieldy for her to maneuver you that way.
Okay, that's fine. Do I still get a minor action?
What do you want to do?
Draw my sword.
Okay, you can do that. You do get a little glimpse of Vim looking confused as you go this way.
Wrong door, Vim.
towards him.
Vim, we gotta
Jay-
go towards the air. We gotta go towards the air. He's leaking.
1 second, guys. We'll be back.
This it's a very dynamic situation, Vim. We have to go the other way.
All right. He gets your radio broadcast.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get into the pressurized area and see if we can.
Now, I have some questions for clarification on this roll that we did earlier. So, Slem's got a transmission, and that got the monster's attention. Correct?
Seemingly.
And I observed that because we were the ones talking to him, right?
So
Yes.
yeah, you were talking
Okay.
to
And
Slams.
him receiving the message attracted the monster, but us sending them didn't.
No, he seemed to. So when Slems was talking, the Chamok seemed to look towards where Slems would be. And then your broadcast back to him at the end, he refocused on you.
Okay, so the source is irrelevant, or the whether or not it's sending or receiving is irrelevant.
It's the last time it's pinging. Like,
Yeah, when you broadcast, it seems to you have its attention.
Okay. Is this
roll me again for your character? Let's see if he remembers anything else about Chamoxes. Because you do have that science skill. 2d6 plus 2.
So Okluna has shared this over the airwaves by this point, right?
So you think when you...
I don't think I have yet.
When you did this in university, it's because it's been a while. You think
Sure
there
has.
might have been a mention that as a result of the Chamoks on their home planet, that any observers of this species not attempt to use radio transmissions in their vicinity.
Okay. Okay. So there's no way for us to know this unless I tell everyone, which will cost us a radio transmission. However, after that, we can... Is this door open right here?
Which one? That one? You're not to it yet, so you can't see.
Okay.
All right. So this is going to be the top of a new round. Do you want to attempt a leadership role now for Okluna?
Well, first of all, can I tell everyone about this radio thing?
I mean, you literally just made a radio broadcast to them about, like, you were going in another direction, in a different way.
I did that, yes.
Yeah, so...
That doesn't... So, can I tell everyone about the radio thing or not?
If you want to.
Okay, thank you. Can I do that before... Do I need to do this leadership thing first, or...
Well, we're at the start of a new round, so this transmission would be... let's say within like a 12-second period. So
do I do it before or after the, like, does it matter? Does the order matter?
No, you
okay.
You could just say this at any time.
Okay. And it is my turn next, right?
We're gonna see.
Well, he didn't do anything for his turn. He just got pulled along by me.
True. It is your turn. So what do you want to do?
I want 5 seconds of silence to think. Does my communication device does it have the ability does it have the ability to, like, tune into other radio sources?
What, like a different frequency or channel?
Yes. Like is there like a WILL station playing?
The only other sort of radio transmission that is occurring right now is the emergency broadcast from Krish's suit that he jerry-rigged to the dish.
But it is a signal though. Like, it is actually making... Like, I could tune into that.
You can.
Okay, and it would transmit, or it would at least play that transmission, right?
I mean, if you want to play a transmission from your suit, you can. But it is still
no. That's
also...
not. No. I have a portable communication device, right?
Okay.
Like, for example, if I wanted to tune into a signal and put that communication device somewhere where we aren't.
So you want to take your... So you want to take the communication device that you have in your suit because it's integrated in your suit, and you want to take it out of your suit.
Okay, so it's not portable. Like, what I'm saying is that we don't have like little mini computers we carry around.
They're not detachable.
Yeah, they're not generally detachable while you're in the vac suit. They're integrated into the vac suit.
That's why the Vogger has his abandoned vac suit rigged to the broadcaster.
Okay.
Otherwise, he would have to stay there.
So Slems is still where he appears to be on the map.
Nobly guarding the exit.
Okay. And you... It would stand to reason that you can probably get back to the ship the way you got in. Right? Like, you could grab Krish and tether him and fly back home.
In fact, that's what Krish is trying to get him to do now. In fact, Krish will, at this point, put his helmet back against yours, Slems, and say, "Look, I can help you. I know things. I know people. Please, let's just get aboard your ship away from this thing."
Okay, so... yeah,
continue,
do you want to respond to his hysterics? Go ahead.
Yeah, I need names, places, numbers, and bank accounts right now, or I'm not taking you anywhere.
What's your mom's maiden name?
I will get you all that info as soon as I'm on your ship. Space me if I lie to you.
I need half of that info right now. I need to verify.
Half now and half on delivery.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm not sure how the dialogue of this would go, but I will make a radio transmission. I'll relay the information that the animal appears to be attracted to radio transmissions, and for Andrew and Vim and I to cease radio communications, and for Slems to... In fact, we are going to... Richard, do we have the ability to turn off our radios?
You can turn off your radio.
Okay, so we will turn off our radios, and I'll ask Slems to make as much noise on his radio as possible while we get into the pressurized area. I will say that in the least number of words possible that can still be understood. And then I'll probably do a leadership role, just in case.
Okay, there is no response from Slems.
So if Krish is still like against your helmet and hears this, he will be in a bit more hysterics and say, "That thing will be able to get over here quickly. The only reason I survived so long was because I put my radio transmitter on the outside of the ship by the get us out of here!"
Slems goes, "I know, you fool. That's why I haven't answered them on the radio. Now I need those names."
"I will get you names. Hell, I will act as your hell, I will accept you being my new captain."
"I need more than captain."
"Fine, the president, pack leader, whatever."
"Refer to me as your liege."
"Fine,
"Swear an oath of fealty."
"I swear an oath of fealty. Now please get us the fuck out
All
of here."
All right, I hook him up. And I grav belt us out.
You're gonna be grav belting out your next turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to be at the top of the next round. So Daniel, you said you wanted to roll leadership. That would be 2d6. And this will only apply to you and April. Oh, great!
Hey,
So you can grant April 1 boon die this turn
why is it only April?
because it's leadership. You're doing it for everybody else.
Leadership is a thankless job.
But is Vim not with us?
No, Vim's in an entirely different room out of your line of sight.
Also, you told him to turn his radio off.
Well, yeah, but you and I both told him that things were changing on our way through and to follow us. Like that happened.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
but he's not
still
here now.
Yeah, he's not there now.
So he decided not to follow us then?
Hey, he hasn't had a turn yet.
He hasn't had the opportunity to move yet.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're going to this door anyway, right? Like, regardless of what Vim decides to do.
Fingers crossed.
So now,
Do you have the go to the door? skill?
Also, like, we're probably going to run into another one of these things.
so,
yeah, you most definitely are.
So Daniel and Monty roll 2d6. April roll 2d6 plus 1.
I got 7.
That was
I got a
totally the
6.
wrong number. I rolled a 5.
Oh, I just realized that I chose not to do the leadership roll
Typo.
earlier so that... Oh. I probably shouldn't
So
have done that.
So you got 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's nice. Let's see, Vim. Plus 1. Okay, Vim got a 7. Fresh. 6. And the Xenomorph. 9. Okay, so it is officially the Xenomorph that gets to move first. And it seems to be beelining right for you guys, right through the open door. It doesn't get within melee range, but it will attempt to spit acid at you both, since you're in such close proximity to each other. Okay, so
This bug is a total dick, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Be really easy to
So,
manipulate.
This is just looking at the sheets. Gun combat acid spray. Nice. Too many tabs open.
Also, do we know what its like remaining health is?
No idea.
Nope, it's just being hit by one stun shot, so it doesn't even have any noticeable blood.
But we can't even see the health bar yet, then.
I was going to ask. I was like, it doesn't have a health bar.
Okay. It'll hit you both.
Fun.
April, we might have to try to kill this thing. I don't see a way for us to.
I grabbed for my sword.
It's a good
So
thing I
this
brought
is
my trauma kit with me.
Okay, so that's for Daniel, and then this is for April. Oh, no, wait, that was the wrong amount. It's supposed to be 3d6.
Just give me another day.
No, I wanted 3. There. Oh, okay. So this is going to be the first hit Andrew takes. Okay, so your light carapace armor, you are getting alerts on it that the armor has been depleted and you are in danger of your suit being compromised. Daniel, let's see, that's 8. Okay, you're attached to April right now. So Cluna. All right, so your endurance is going to go down to a 0, and your strength's going to go down to 2. You feel sharp pangs of pain as the acid eats through your suit in multiple locations, and the little hisses of your air escaping become big gusts in your ears as your ears begin to pop. It is now your turn, Daniel.
I mean, I guess I'll take a shot at it.
Okay. So this will be based off your gun combat skill. So this is going to be 2d6 minus 1. You take a few shots, and as you do so, you kind of move along through the air just from the recoil and, well, the vacuum, really, as the bullets just hit the hull kind of around the bug. Do you want to attempt to move as well?
Yeah, I guess go further toward that door.
Okay, are you taking your time, or do you want to roll your backsuit skill to try to get a bit further?
Yes. To the second one.
Thank you for the clarification. That will be 2d6. So you're having a lot of difficulties with the recoil being connected at the same time to April. You do manage to get here, and April, you find yourself pulled along because you're still connected.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Okay.
That was not intentional, but you are indeed welcome.
So at this point,
What do you see, sir?
so you see, so you're going to see this door is open, this door is closed.
It's an airlock.
And this is an airlock. So generally speaking, if you're trying to get into a pressurized place, this door needs to be closed before this door will open. Vim will probably have seen. Hold on, did he see the xenomorph go past him?
I think he definitely saw us screaming and running.
He wouldn't have heard it.
He inferred it. He knows us well enough.
So
They're simpatico. They have a connection.
He can tell by the way we're moving, and we're probably also screaming. I can scream, but I have no mouth. Or I have no mouth yet. I must scream.
Yeah, there you go.
So what were your last orders to him specifically?
To
Turn
them?
off his radio.
Yeah.
To turn off his radio.
But also, I mean, we were screaming at him on the way out that we were changing doors because we had to. He should understand that we're trying to get to the pressurized section.
But did you also say to prioritize?
We didn't give him.
Escaping?
We didn't give him specific direction.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
I didn't give him specific direction.
We'll let Vin
In
use
this
his
case-
instinct.
All right. So in this case,
So-
he did a perfect vac suit roll.
Wait,
so,
that same instinct that got us all signed up for a death match?
Vim actually gets within sight of you.
He also Vim heard my directive to Slems to signal a radio distraction, right?
I don't know. Did you just send that to Slims, or was that
It
just
was
on the...
it was everyone because we like it was in the same dialogue that I told everyone to turn their radios off.
So Slims, you see Vim down the hallway from you, waving his arms at you as he just comes, like, kind of busting down this passageway.
I'm at the opening of the ship, right?
Yeah, so you're right here. You guys have left these doors open, so you're ready to go. He's a bit further behind you, right here, kind of waving at you. So it's your your turn now.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Is Vim close enough to me?
You I mean, with a good enough grab flyer roll, you can probably, go over to him, get him hooked up as well, and also book it off the station in the same turn.
Okay, this is the plan. And then, do I have a bonus action of turning on my radio
You could do that
and like making sound, whatever?
Make sure it's Starship. We built the city.
Because look, Slems wants to help. He really wants to be there for you guys. It's important to him that you guys know that, but there is a hierarchy of needs, and Slems needs to make sure all of his are met first. That's just self-care.
Andrew would tell you the mission. You know that Andrew would tell you the mission comes first, so you have a responsibility to get this asset back to the ship.
Exactly, and I have that painting in possession now.
That asset, you man.
Also, our radios are off, so we have no idea what your hierarchy is here.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
You might just be muttering to yourself.
No, I'm not muttering. I'm explaining to you guys Slim's motivations here. So he's gonna make sure he's off the ship. I don't even know why he's going to try to save this fucking kid right now, but he's gonna do that.
Who,
Figuring
Vim?
he needs to bring back at least someone from the party if the two of you die. Maybe that's sharing too much. So that's what we're gonna go for.
Also, I look. Granted, he did get us into a pretty sticky situation, but even Slems wouldn't deny.
Slem got us out of.
I understand, but I feel like even Slems wouldn't be able to deny the fact that Vim has a very strange lucky rabbit's foot effect. Otherwise, have you not noticed that how he always has really good rolls?
I don't. Okay, so Slems is not aware of rolls, right?
Don't lecture me on RPGs.
No, I'm just saying. This is. I'm giving you insight here. Slems is only aware that he was demoted and his ship shares were given to this kid. So fuck this kid in every conceivable light, in every situation, and he doesn't understand why he's now rolling to save his ass. And
that sounds like some animosity you should point at our captain, by the way.
I mean, Monty, you don't need to. You can just leave him if you want.
That's what I think Slem should do, but this is what he's going for. Again, it would behoove him to at least save one member of the away team.
So he's being strategic. Okay, so this is going to be 2d6 plus 1.
10.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're easily able to kind of wish over here with kind of Krish still belted to you.
All of these grav belt activities you've been doing in your room are seriously paying off.
Yeah.
Who are you belting them to? Krish or you?
To Krish.
All right, so now you're in a long line, and with that roll, you're able to easily kind of come here along your way.
No,
You grab.
actually, I changed it. Put Vim connected to me.
Okay, so both of you are connected, so yeah, kind of like one over each shoulder, and
Mhm.
then as you zoom around the corner, you easily grab the painting, and you zoom out back into the star field over here.
Okay,
Off the map.
and so now I grab Vim's radio and I turn our radios on and I ask him to join me in the honored tradition of the Drinaxian song of strategic retreat for a prolonged victorious experience, a ballad, if you will.
Okay, he says he doesn't know the words, but he'll try his best.
Okay, I don't know the words either, but let's just imagine that Slems does and begins making all of this noise on the radio.
Okay. All right, now it is yep, it's April.
Can I pull us into this room and try to shut the door?
All right. So you're gonna get over here with Ukluna, and you can make a roll to attempt to manually shut the door.
What a second. I will
Okay, that's
use. I will use. I will utilize Daniel's Cluna's skilled leadership to shut the door.
great. That's going to be 3d6 plus 2.
Oh shit.
11.
You are able to successfully shut the door. It slams shut. You can kind of feel the reverberations through the hole as you do so.
Can we cycle the lock?
Yeah, you cycle that lock, and you can kind of pull the handle to start to manually recycle the air. You can make one more roll if you want to try to attempt to open the other door straight away now. And that'll be 2d6 plus 2.
9.
All right, so Ukluna, you see Andrew. She just starts pumping and pumping this big lever on the side of the door, like faster and harder than you've seen any spacer ever do before. And you can hear through your suit as
Can I take even I know that I'm probably on the edge of something very terrible happening to me, but can I just for a moment stop and wonder whether or not I should be aroused by how expertly she's doing this?
It's just pure experience at play.
Yeah, like it would totally be an identity crisis, but like I imagine a Clunas in there like, damn.
She's as gay as you are, so it's okay.
I know, that's why I'm so confused.
And you feel like you can actually smell some new, if rather stale, air coming out as the door pops open to this section.
So I'm
right.
So what you're saying is I'm not now immediately at the risk of suffering a hypoxic brain injury.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yep, that's correct. At this point, it's going to be Krish's turn, and you're going to hear from Vim because Krish is pressing his helmet against Vim's, and since only you have your radio still on at the moment now for Slems. Krish says, yeah,
don't interrupt me, boy. And then
Vim has his radio off, so he can't talk to.
Well,
no, I turned his radio on.
Vim's radio is turned back on, so Vim is talking to. He's relaying to Slems right now. Sir, Krish says that he wanted to remind you that the creature also can detect thermal signatures?
Flems winks and flashes him a devilish grin, and he goes, "We're in space, my boy. They can't get to us out here. You idiot."
Vim says, I wasn't thinking about us, sir. I was thinking about the honors.
Well, yeah, that's why we're making the noise out here. So the bugs will try to come to this area of the ship and away from our team members. And then Slems thinks to himself, and also I'm safe.
All right. Well, we are at the start of a new round. Ukluna, do you want to roll leadership again?
Can you remind me what you said my endurance went down to 0?
Your endurance is down to 0, your strength is down to 2, and your dexterity is currently at 2.
Okay.
So you effectively have 4 hit points left.
Okay. So since our shopping excursion, I did purchase and equip a trauma pack.
Nice.
Which should give me 1 endurance.
Upon usage?
Yes.
Was that in the core book, or was this in the...
This was in the Central Supply Catalog.
How long does it take to apply?
Come on, Richard. It's in the CSP, man. You should know this by heart.
It doesn't. It doesn't appear to say other than I can't use it more than once a day.
Because some of them are instantaneous. Others are can take like.
Do you mean to
up to,
read?
like,
Do you
10
do you
minutes.
want me to read the thing to you?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
The
this one
trauma
was
pack is a vital
instantaneous.
device carried by battlefield medics and first responders. It is a small satchel of chemicals and drugs used to pump life back into a wounded body. Unsubtle and deadly in multiple doses, the chemicals can make a patient ignore wounds for a few hours, hopefully enough time to get them to a proper medical facility. The use of a trauma pack requires a medic check, but will restore 1d endurance to a wounded patient. This endurance can be used to bring a technically quote-unquote dead patient back from 0 END so long as their last wound was suffered within 1d rounds. This regained endurance lasts for 1 hour, or 1d hours, I don't know what that is, at which point it vanishes, potentially killing the patient. Oh shit. A patient can only benefit from the administration of a trauma pack once per day.
Right. So you're going to be using the trauma pack. So because it uses the medical, you should be able to use that as your basically your main action for your turn.
Okay. And you said that we have like patching kits for the suits, right?
You do.
That would probably be another turn for us to deal
Yes.
with. Okay.
And at this point, because your suit has taken multiple damage, it's going to require at least 2 of the patch kits at this point to be made into a condition where you're going to be able to keep all your atmosphere in.
And how many patch kits do we carry a piece?
Each of you should have 2 patch kits a piece.
Okay. All right. So I at least have an exit plan for that. But that isn't. I think because we're about to get into. You said we're in a pressurized area, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, let's get this trauma pack going. That way I can get that endurance back.
If you look on the map here, everything in brown will be
is pressurized, right? I know.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if the airlock was.
No, now technically the airlock is brown because air is kind of being pumped into it. Okay, so are you doing your leadership role for the start of the turn?
Yeah. What do we need for that?
Just 2d6.
6.
I will be getting 1 Bane die to assign to any one of you.
Yeah. Okay.
Time of my choosing.
What is your
But not
leadership
me.
role, Monty? It's like 2d6 plus something.
Plus $1 billion.
But he's not here.
Well, I know. I'm just curious.
I don't. Is it 2d6 plus 4?
I
plus
think it
two.
actually. Hold on.
It doesn't matter. We don't have to stop for it. I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a sheet now. Your social is +3. Your leadership is +3. Yours is actually oh wait, no, that's Gani McCord. Gani McCord gets a +6 to leadership. Jesus Christ.
It's strange how the captain's never on the away missions.
Sometimes he is.
Not
Not in
nearly.
Slem's eyes.
Oops, I accidentally closed Slem's sheet. Where are you, Slems?
I'm right here.
There's your character sheet. Okay. Bring that back up. And of course, your sheet is crashing my computer right now. I can't take his.
It's fine. Where are we at? Who's doing what?
Hold on. I think, yeah, your sheet is actually crashing my computer. Fuck. Okay. This is annoying.
Control Alt Delete.
Try turning it off and on again.
I'm basically doing that right now. Ah, now. Oh, this is so annoying. Why are you not opening? Okay. All right, so you have the Bane die for Monty, and for Daniel, it's 2d6.
Yes.
Wait, what am I rolling for?
Initiative
Six.
for the next round.
Oh, 2d6. Okay. 8.
Okay.
11.
Nice. Vim, even though it doesn't really matter at this point, is another 8. And Krish is 6. And the monstrosity, an 8. Okay. April, you are the first up.
Can I? So what's the door across from us look like?
This door across from you. A bit more. All right, so that room it has a bunch of broken.
But is that door open?
Okay.
Is that door open? Is that door open?
That door is closed.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess if we can we try to shut this door behind us and then move over and try to open that one?
So you're opening. So you want to open up
Well, I want
this
to
door?
close the airlock behind us.
Okay. Do you want to close and cycle it at the same time so there's a vacuum on the other side of it?
Yes.
Okay, that will be a mechanics check. So that's going to be 2d6 plus 2.
9.
You manage it.
Good job.
The door is closed and it's being cycled back to vacuum.
I don't know if I've never So can we move over and try to open the? Well, that was my action. So I'm gonna for my simple action. I'm gonna unclip a Cluna, and I'm gonna gesture towards the door, and make like a opening motion. Get that door, and then I'm going to
I'm not gonna get it.
basically.
I'm just gonna stare at you stupidly.
I'd like to.
So there's furniture and broken consoles to either side of the door.
I don't really. Like I said, I'm just kind of. I'd like to move. I don't have control of myself, but I'd like to move kind of out of the line of sight of the door and just kind of. Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I unhook a Cluna and I kind of gesture towards that door. Like
Well,
go that way.
you're also an atmosphere now, so you could talk probably normally, and he'd be able to
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah. I was about to say we
get
could
the-
probably just
see-
like
see-
open our helmets, right?
Go see if you can get that door open.
Okay, don't be touchy. I will do it though. Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
And just like that, the illusion is gone.
Okay, so you're heading over here to open the door.
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 plus 1.
Also, thanks for saving my life earlier.
Don't take me yet.
2d6
Get out of here
plus 1. 9.
All right, you're able to successfully cycle the door.
What
and
is
you
what does
see
the door sound like, Richard, when it opens?
There's a kind of like groaning, metallic grinding noise as you pull it to the side back into the wall.
Can you give us a brief vocal approximation? Okay.
I don't know.
Nice.
So what do we see when it opens?
You see the hallway door, which looks to be like an
And
airlock,
another airlock.
at the
Yeah.
end of the hallway, and a door to either side.
Remind me.
Roll me 2d6 plus 1.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, you remember looking at the layout of the ship, so you know that it looks like this, like the
Critical.
remainder. So you know that even though there's no way to get out of the airlock over here because there is no door over here, there is another airlock out to get out of this station right here.
Okay. I mean, I'll share that obviously with Andrew.
Yeah, go.
So, what? I probably can't do anything. I just opened the door, right?
You can move.
You could still move, so you can
Oh yeah,
get to
yeah,
here.
yeah. Let's go in.
Okay.
Let's put as many doors between us and the fucking thing as possible.
Well, this door is currently open. Okay. Now. Okay. Slems, it's your turn.
Do we hear scratching noises?
You wouldn't be able to. Vacuum.
Are there radios still off?
Yes.
If you're trying to contact them, you don't hear anything in response.
Okay. So Slems kind of doesn't know what to do other than keep making radio chatter.
You see your ship still there, like hanging outside of the. Actually, it's hanging outside, fairly close to the shipyard as you're making these communications.
I Yep. I guess I take these two back to the ship.
Okay. Are you still blasting your radio?
Yeah.
We
Roll
built
me
this city.
2d6.
8.
It occurs to you that from what you saw, this thing moved through the vacuum pretty well. And now it also occurs to you, wait, this thing was still alive in a vacuum. And your ship is pretty close to this station right now. And if there are more of these things, like Ukluna said, you might be acting as a beacon, drawing them to your ship.
I mean, would Slims come to this realization? Like, we're giving
That's
him a
why-
lot of credit.
Well, what
That-
I think the question
That's
is,
why-
would he
that-
care?
That's why I had you roll the 2d6 to see if it would occur to him.
He cares about his own safety.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
self-preservation.
Okay, so what I'll do is that thought will occur to me, and then the next thought will be to unclip Vim and tell him to continue as per the captain's orders. And then cut his radio and go back to the ship.
You're leaving the Vogger behind?
No, just Vim.
Well, Vim's clipped to the Vogger.
No, they're both clipped to me.
So you're
But
unclipping Vim, who's currently outside of the station, and you're telling him to keep broadcasting?
No, but that thought will fade again. So I'll tell him we need to stop communications and to turn his radio off, and now we will make our move to the ship.
All right, roll 2d6 plus 1.
12.
You are able to expertly maneuver yourself, the painting, and your two passengers around the debris field that you hit on your way in. And you get back into the airlock of the Salvation's End.
Awesome.
Also, I'm not sure
I
we
immediately go to hang up my painting in my room.
Okay, that'll take you some time.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, I don't think we needed them to do a continuous radio broadcast anyway. I think we were just trying to distract the xenomorph enough for us to get away. Which, by the way, it seems to have had no effect.
Well, it wasn't still chasing after you guys, was it?
Yeah.
Oh. I misinterpreted these events entirely then.
All right, so for those of you still aboard the ship, do you want to... Oh, I haven't used that Bane yet. Damn it. I could have used it against Monty right there.
Oh, well. Now our focus is back on the crew.
In fact, you know what? Considering that
Whoa.
your roll is still
Whoa.
there,
Whoa.
I can roll 1d6 and minus it from that lovely 12.
Oh, look, all these
Right.
other rolls.
Still an 8.
What?
Still an
What
8.
happened?
Fine, I'll say this time it's too late. Damn it. All right.
Oh.
Daniel, do you want to try a leadership role?
No. We're done with that.
Can't risk the Bane dice.
Yeah.
Batman would be furious.
All right, so 2d6 for you and 2d6 plus 1 for Andrew.
Victory has defeated you.
All right, 8 for Cluna.
Ten.
Nice. All right, Andrew is up first.
Did he get... So, come over here and open this door?
I
All right, which
I
one?
I
The
open.
one
Oh,
to the
okay.
north or the south?
The south.
Okay.
We don't want to close this door.
Uh,
I think every door we close is another obstacle for the thing that's chasing us.
okay, I'll try to close that door then. Then you'll have
So
to work on that.
you're taking an action to do this. 2d6 plus 2.
12.
All right, you get that door closed and lock it.
When we get clear, you're gonna need to send a brief data burst to the ship to tell us to pick us up at the other side.
Should we do that after we're out of the station already?
Once you're safe, she said. Yeah, once you're safe.
Also, you see Ukluna's like blood coming out of little holes in his vac suit as he's saying this, and you can see that his suit he hasn't patched up his suit yet.
Oh, and you need to patch up your suit before we get to the other airlock.
Okay, we still have a couple stops before that. So, well, I mean, it's not my turn next anyway, is it?
Technically, you're right. It's the creature's turn first. So
Move. No, I'm still gonna. Yeah, I want to stay where I am for the moment.
okay.
Also, is this door open, Richard? The one we're kind of like next to?
No.
No, it's closed. All right, Daniel, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna open this door.
Okay, roll 2d6 plus 1.
7.
All right. It's sticking a little bit, but with a bit of extra effort, you do manage to just kind of pry it open.
With my robot arm.
Looking in, you see most of this room is covered in weird, tangled, web-like material.
See, I had a feeling that. Yeah, I kind of. Okay.
Maybe it's just the lair of the one. Be optimistic, my friend.
One of the first things, roll me 2d6 plus 1. All that you kind of notice amongst the webs are multiple bones.
Well, this is definitely a nest or some kind of like habitat. Looking into the room, I don't see any creatures or anything. Like it's empty otherwise.
Not immediately, but it's hard to see everything in the room because the webs are covering so much.
Okay.
It kind of looks like an HP Geiger sort of deal.
Oh, so they're like wet, slimy webs. They're not like dry
wet,
webs.
Wet, slimy.
Okay.
Richard, how long
Moist.
do the patches to fix my vac suit? That's probably one complete turn.
Yes.
Okay.
You can still move if you want.
Well, it's still not my
Are you
turn.
go? It is your turn. You just opened the door.
Oh.
You just see all of this nastiness inside.
Okay. Can I but I can only move. I can't now patch up my thing.
No, you already used up that action.
I'll move just inside the door.
Okay, you float in. Are you trying to avoid touching any of these
Yes.
webs and tendrils?
Yes. I will make a distinct effort to not touch literally anything if I can help it.
Roll me 2d6 minus 2. So you do end up touching a tendril as you get in to try to orient
Tendril
yourself.
toucher.
And you feel it vibrate violently as you do so, and little flecks of liquid start just bobbing around in little bubbles around the room now.
Can I just back up, back through the door, close the door?
But you don't have enough actions to close the door, but yes, you could back up into the hallway.
I think I'm gonna back up into the hallway just so Andrew understands that something bad is happening.
She kind of gives you the what look.
I'm gonna point with a disgusted look on my face, like I'm too taken aback for words.
We can't go that way.
And I'm without answering verbally. I'm just gonna shake my head panically.
All right. Are you going to roll leadership for this round, Daniel?
No. In fact, we're not doing leadership ever again, Richard. No more Bane dice for you.
I didn't even get to use it, Daniel.
Wow.
Exactly.
I'm not giving you
and
any
it's going
more.
to stay that way.
Like you get lucky enough as it is.
Roll 2d6, Daniel, and 2d6 plus 1 for April.
I got 3.
$12.
Nice. All right, April, you're first up again.
Goodness. I guess if we can't go that way, then we'll have to open this door.
Okay. So you're going to the other door now. Are you looking through the door that he opened?
I kind of glance at it.
Okay, you see that it's completely covered in these resonance secretions that kind of look like giant blackened spider webs, and the little globs of liquid that are now kind of like vibrating around the room. You can see remnants. Roll me 2d6 plus 1.
13. Crit.
Okay. You spot the remnants of multiple bodies in there, of different spacers and pirates.
Can I tell if the door across the way is open?
No, that door is closed. But you do notice that amongst the bodies that you can see, hold on. You can spot 5 bodies with, at least from this distance, it looks like they have intact cybernetics.
Salvage them.
Treasure.
Does that word escape from Andrew's mouth?
Yes. Yeah, several of them have intact cybernetics.
Do they have intact flesh?
No.
No.
I wonder how that happens.
Yeah. Well, do you want to go that way, or do you want to try to get out of here? Or do you want to try to make our stand in the other room?
For clarification, the cybernetics and the liquid, that's happening in this room?
Yes. So if we're not going out that way, our other option is to go north and make our stand there.
Okay, so both rooms are shit options, is what you're saying.
Well, I'm telling you, we either need to go that way is out. If we can't go that way, then we have to go up and we have to make our stand.
With the roll that you made with Ukluna before, you might also consider that this last room on the scan look to be already partially demolished. So maybe you can find a way out from this room.
Okay. So I'm definitely going to relay that because that's the new plan, I think.
Then, well, you're gonna have to fix your suit because that's not
Yes.
pressurized.
Yes. Should probably do that right now.
Well, then I guess I will work. Well, I will spend my action to work on this door.
You know what? Because you got such a good roll and you noticed those augments, roll for me again 2d6 plus 1.
Forget Vim. Andrew's the new Lucky Rabbit's Foot.
Mm-hmm. Just in general.
I rolled a
You
lot
should
of.
see her in character creation.
Your last 3 rolls have been like really huge.
All right. So with that roll, you do recognize that one of them has basically a weapon implant that has outlasted the rest of the body, which looks to be a laser pistol implant that could possibly be used.
That laser pistol might still be good, but.
And you will also notice another one of the bodies seems to also possess a surprising amount of chrome to its head. With Andrew, roll me 2d6 plus 2.
So in story, is Andrew just becoming more and more tempted by the shiny things in this room while we're trying to figure out a plan?
Depending. Oh, okay. One of these bodies, the head is chromed the hell out. You're able to kind of clock this from a distance. This guy had a at least from this distance, it looks like a complex cranial processing unit, enhanced vision, and it looks like as well attached to this is a cognitive augmentation.
And none of those things helped him survive. Am I right?
So this is something only at the moment Andrew knows. The combined value of those 3 things is about 6 million credits.
There's a small fortune in that room. So are we going to pass through it, or are we going to make our stand and loot it later?
Okay, so I will point out to you that the fortune in that room and the tools that you see did not do anything to keep those people alive. So whatever is in there, they died despite all the shit they had, all the laser pistols and all the chrome domes and shit.
How much of a look of longing does Andrew have as she looks into that room?
Well, yeah, fine. Get your suit fixed so we can get out of here.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I know
I'm gonna. So the airlock is not. So can I begin to cycle the airlock so that it's pressurized on the other side?
Or you can begin the process. Yeah, it's not pressurized on the other side, so you could begin the process.
Then I need to begin pressurizing the airlock so we can go through it.
Mm-hmm. So 2d6 plus 2.
What kind of sword do you have?
I have a rapier and a long blade.
Okay.
I also have a flechette pistol and then whatever pistol Slems tossed to me before he very heroically screamed like a little girl and ran into a different room.
Do you have an arm pistol?
There.
Do I have an arm pistol?
What is your arm shoot?
Nothing. It's just stronger than the rest of him.
Okay.
Go get that arm pistol.
Also, Richard, I'm not sure how much of a difference this makes, but I am looking at my character sheet for the first time in a while, and I do have an augment called Enhanced Mobility.
9.
Let me take a look. Okay, so you have cycled the other side of it, so you can then next turn open the door.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
Get your suit fixed.
Is it my turn?
Yes. I don't know. Wouldn't your turn? Please?
Let me double check.
It's
I
my turn.
believe. I think it's the creature's turn now. So let me just give it a roll.
To give yourself a Bane die.
Ooh, not this time. This time I did well. Go, space bug. As you guys are talking, you hear a big thump, thump, thump coming from the previous room.
It's coming.
It's probably fine. That's
Fix your
my
suit,
that's my Uber Eats.
Fix your suit. Fix your suit and open the fix your suit so we can open the airlock.
What roll do I need for that to fix, or do I not need a roll for that?
So you're just putting the patches on. We'll use your vac suit skill for this. So if you do really well, you might be able to put 2 patches on this turn.
Well, let's assume that I won't.
Alrighty. So that's going to be 2d6 plus 2. Oh wait, no.
No, it's an 8 then.
Okay, so an 8. So yeah, you get the first set of patches on, and you basically plug up half of the holes. Okay. So this is going to be a new turn. So 2d6 for Ukluna, 2d6 plus 1 for Andrew.
Well, it should be an 8. I didn't have my 1 didn't get on there.
Okay, so an 8 and 11, and the creature a 9. Okay, so Ukluna goes first this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the other half of that suit.
Are you attempting to use that drug?
Which drug?
For your endurance? Your drug for the endurance.
Oh, have I not? Oh, have I not used that?
You have not used it yet because it would take a full action for you to.
Oh no, I need to plug this. The suit needs to get plugged up. That's.
I'm saying you right now have like available holes to inject yourself right now with the drug before you finish, plugging them up.
Andrew, did you you close this door right here?
Yes, I closed all the doors.
Do we know?
Which door?
Do we know what kind of, like, can I tell based on the bangs that we heard where the monster is?
Roll 2d6 plus 1.
An 8.
Your best guess is that it's probably attacking this last door of the airlock. Because the sound would have been much louder if it had been attacking this one.
Okay, so we still have one full door between us and the monster. And also, we pressurize this airlock, and we can still get in it.
Well, we need to open it's pressurized. You just need to open the door.
Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and use that trauma kit, and then I will patch my suit up once we get into the airlock.
So okay. So first, you're using the trauma kit.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it gives you D6 endurance for D6
So
hours.
1d6. Okay, so you get back 2 endurance. For, let's see. This will last for 1d6 hours. It'll last for 6 hours.
Good enough for me.
So Kluna's endurance goes back to your maximum. Well, I guess it'll go above your maximum right now because it's drugs. So your endurance is no.
Do drugs,
your
kids.
It would have it's a 2 because you were at 0. Okay, great. Okay, so endurance is at 2, your strength is at 2, and dexterity is at 2. 2 is all across the board.
So I'm like in the best shape I've been the entire game.
You were in a slightly better shape when you got the battlefield drugs from Veronica.
No.
You felt really on top of the world then. Yeah, so you take your drugs and that door is not open yet. So movement wise, the only places that you could go
I'm not gonna
would be
go.
the alien room.
No.
Okay.
No alien
want
rooms. No scary alien rooms.
Okay.
Really might want that last gun for your arm.
Andrew, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want. I would just prefer you not to die, is all.
You both hear a massive bang from the next room and a clang, and then all of a sudden there's no noise.
Bang, 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 bang.
It's Andrew's turn.
Bang, bang, bang.
Does Andrew?
What?
Does
You
Andrew
don't know
wanna try
bang,
to-
bang, bang?
No, I know bang, but not bang, bang, bang.
It might just
Does
be
Andrew
called
want to
bang.
try to
It's like Kesha.
try to grab? Does Andrew want to try to go grab that head?
So there was a massive. What was that? Andrew simple action. Turn my radio on, but not broad. Turn my radio on receive only.
Okay.
And second action, I'm gonna go grab that head.
God damn it, Andrew. I knew it.
Roll me for your back suit skill going in there. 2d6 plus 2.
12.
Oh, so you see Andrew just kind of expertly bounce amongst the debris and avoid the tendrils and go right to the head, the skull that just has all of these mods and implants in it. And are you just yanking the skull from the tendril, or what are you doing?
I have a very powerful cutting tool in my other hand, so whoop, just cut it free.
Okay. Are you talking about your sword?
Yes.
Okay. So
Kluna also is going to watch this, wondering if his arousal is a side effect of the trauma pack he just used.
Roll me 2d6 for using your blade.
10.
You expertly, get the skull away from the tendrils, and you have it in your possession. You can use the remainder of your turn to get back to where you were. Now,
I don't hear anything. Turn my radio on.
Hmm?
Do I hear
when you turn your radio on, you are hearing. Actually, when you turn your radio back on, you're not hearing.
Wait, why did you turn your radio on?
I only turned my receiver on.
So with your receiver, you're hearing the occasional weird burst and clicks through the radio. You're hearing Krish's emergency signal that's going on, but you are not hearing Vim or Slems on the radio.
Well, if nobody's yelling at me, then I'm going to turn it back off.
Okay.
If I can, or if I have to wait till next turn, that's fine too.
Yeah, so next turn, 2d6 for Daniel, and 2d6 plus 1 for Andrew.
This is a really good episode for Sean to miss because he probably wouldn't have been doing much either.
He might have come up with something.
Doom, 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 doom.
4.
Okay, so you're up first, Daniel.
Shit.
This door is still closed, and you still need your final patches to be applied.
Yeah.
Now, also, be aware that because your suit had so many holes in it, you haven't really been able to repressurize it so much. So when you get back into a depressurized section or into space, because you haven't been able to load it up with more air, it will you'll have about 10 minutes of air left in your suit.
Is that because I lost most of my air to the depressurization earlier?
Yes.
Okay. Oh God. Okay, so this is my concern is that this door isn't gonna hold, and we're gonna get caught in this hallway. So I'm wondering if I shouldn't get us in, like I shouldn't cycle the door, so we can get into the airlock, and then while we're in there, I can patch my suit. Am I allowed to ask Andrew what she thinks? Like, does that count against what I'm doing, or does that?
You can speak.
I mean, does it count as like an action?
No, I mean, if you have a prolonged conversation, then yeah.
Okay, quick conversation. The door might not hold. Our choices are put another door between us and the monster. I fix my suit. We leave, or we at least progress, or I fix the suit now and you work on the door.
Maybe I'm confused.
Maybe
so
I'm
was it a
confused.
loud bang like a door opening or a loud bang like somebody got shot? Or I'm not sure.
Well,
loud bang. You guess that the door might have opened, but then complete silence.
Yeah.
From the other end.
So this room here now is vacuum. Complete. Oh, which means that if he gets through this, we're going to be in vacuum anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna fix my suit.
We have to get in the airlock because if he gets through that door, it's going to start leaking in here.
Wouldn't that mean that I should fix my vac suit though?
Get that door open, and I will fix your vac suit.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone, stop screaming. I'll open the door.
2d6 plus 1. Okay, you see Okluna start to strain as he tries to manually open up the door. And he manages to get it about maybe a quarter of the way open.
Can I fit my fat ass through it?
No.
Oh, okay.
You try to strain your way through it, and Andrew just kind of watches as you try to strain your way and try to push it open, but you're not quite managing.
Well, the good news is I've gotten the door a little open.
You loosened it for her. Let me roll for...
This is what I was afraid was going to happen, by the way. I knew it. Anytime we have some kind of critical thing, it's I always roll these terrible fucking rolls.
This door bangs repeatedly again and again, and you can actually see it starts to bow in towards you.
Just go the other way. Just run.
Run which way?
Out. She points south.
Into the tendril room of death?
Will they get in the... Okay. Is it my turn?
I mean, if Daniel wants to use some movement for his turn, he can right now.
Oh, wait. Wait, whose turn is it?
Still Daniel's.
Oh, I thought the monster
Well,
was doing shit.
I went onto the alien, but I'm giving you a little bit of carte blanche right now because you didn't do any movement and saying you can do some movement now.
But I don't think he wants to go the other way.
Well, I think we should go for the airlock. The tendril the tendril room is a bad idea.
Okay.
All right, so it's your turn, April.
Let's try to get that door open.
Okay,
Get it in the
2d6
lock.
plus 2 for you.
12.
You're able to easily open it. In fact, because it was already partially open, let's just say that was a minor action.
So, well, then we'll get in and we'll shut the door behind us. Pull him in and shut the door behind us then. Just grab his arm, pull
All
him
right,
in and
so-
shut the door behind us.
So roll 2d6 plus 2.
10.
And you close the door right behind you. Both manually, just using your knowledge and your muscles. Okay.
Tossing a
2d6.
Cluna around like a rag doll.
I'm telling
Roll,
you, this is the
2d6.
most confused away mission he's ever had.
It was, how dare you, but also, how dare you.
But don't you dare stop.
Well, this is the mission where Andrew shows that she's the real spacer. Yeah, 2d6 for Daniel, and 2d6 plus 1 for April.
6.
Okay, 6 and 9, so the alien goes first. Oh. You're hearing more banging noises, but there's still lots of noises happening. In fact, right now you're hearing like chittering noises as well.
Right on the other side of the door we were on.
No, it seems a
Okay.
little further than that.
I'm
Okay,
gonna tell
so-
Andrew he's probably calling for his friends, little bastard.
Let's hope he doesn't have any friends.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers.
So it's Daniel's turn.
Well, we're patching this motherfucker up.
All right. Roll 2d6.
For fuck's sake.
You're having difficulties with the patches. April, you're noticing that with his patchwork, he's managed to miss about half of the holes on his like back and his side.
We have to fix him.
Andrew, can you do my patches, please?
Andrew would be 2d6 plus 2 to do this.
13.
Andrew you place these patches perfectly over his slapdash job.
Akluna is very stealthily going to move his hands in front of his crotch to block view. He's feeling a little vulnerable right now.
All right, and it is the next round, 2d6 for Daniel, 2d6 plus 1 for April.
7. This has been an excruciating progression.
Oops. Just a sec.
Yeah, when this started, I was like, oh, because Because Monty has that graph pack. He's just going to clip you all together because the way that you
Eight.
came across was all clipped all together, and he's going to get you right out.
Richard.
Nope.
Richard.
8.
Richard. Andrew rolled an 8.
Yes. And so it's the alien's turn first. Oh, okay. At least I'm getting good at rolling its damage. All right, you hear another massive bang and then silence on the other side of the door. Okay. It is April 1st.
So we gotta open this airlock on this side.
2d6 plus 2.
1 sec. Nine.
Must be
All
nice to
right.
be getting these rolls that are higher than 4.
She
Nice.
soaks
You
them
have-
all up.
You have opened up the airlock.
What? Let's head toward. He said he wanted to go this. Is this door open?
Yeah, right.
Or is it-
So we're headed for this. We're headed for this spot right here.
This door is closed.
Okay, well we'll head down the hallway then.
Okay, so you have headed down the hallway.
And
you'll-
can I close this door?
You want to use an action to close that door?
Yes.
Okay. 2d6 plus 1.
I mean, with me on the other side of it, I would just
Yes,
want to make sure we're clear.
yeah.
Okay. Is that 9?
I didn't think you were going to sacrifice yourself.
I mean, yeah, what if it would do us any fucking good? But I don't think it would.
I'll buy you time, Andrew.
No, I was supposed.
Okay, but yes, you do manage to close the door.
All right.
And
And then
then
can I float my
head
ass
down the
closer?
hall.
Yeah. Don't leave without me.
Okay. 2d6 plus 1 for Andrew, 2d6 for Ukuna.
That's an 8.
10. Ooh, and a 13.
It's a good thing I closed that fucking door.
And you are in vacuum now, so you can't hear anything.
In space, no one can hear you scream. This is also an
Okay.
aliens thing, right?
Very apt.
Very aliens.
So April, it's your turn.
Need to get this door open.
2d6 plus 2.
9.
You open it. There's a lot of debris as you make your way down over here. This door is closed.
So what's going on? Is that like that's not open, is it?
The hull has buckled in over here.
Okay, but it's not open. It's just buckled.
I'm gonna point to this door
You know, I'm gonna
because I know
slide-
that I know that our escape is on this other side, right?
I'm gonna slide over so he's got if he can come over here and open it. So I'm gonna if I can slide another square, that'd be great. Just so he can kind of.
Well, I'm gonna close this door. I'm gonna close this door when I get through it.
Okay, fair point. Fair point.
Okay, so you're getting over here. Roll me 2d6 plus 1. The door sticks on you and you can't get it closed.
At least our vac suits are on.
Try again.
Okay, 2d6 plus 1 for Daniel, 2d6 for Daniel and 2d6 plus 1 for April.
9.
Okay. I'm just going to roll for this. Ooh.
You might want to close that door.
Oh. Okay. So, This door, you can see, explodes open, and you can see the creature shoot out. And it's looking right at you, Okluna.
It's not my turn, right?
It is not. So it'll get about here. It's your turn, April.
Guess I need to rush over and shut that door. They
Yeah,
started shooting.
close the door. I'll try to open the other one where it's my turn.
Okay, 2d6
Don't get-
plus 2.
Don't tire out on me yet, old man.
Did you just call me an old man? Or were you talking to the monster?
No.
Did you turn your radio back on? Because you might not have heard that.
No,
Well,
it's
then,
it's
yeah,
Andrew.
he
It's
didn't hear
it's
it.
Andrew and
He
I's
didn't hear
secret. We have a secret sign language.
Yeah, he didn't hear it, but I said it, forgetting that he couldn't hear me.
I gave you the bird anyway because I could read your lips.
All right, 2d6 plus 2 to try to close the door.
Well, he started, so maybe I can finish.
All right, I'll give you that. You do manage to just close the door.
Teamwork.
You're not sure if it's super secure right now, but it is closed.
Get that other door open and get out of here.
Don't count on me to do anything.
Do you press your helmet against his to tell him that?
Yes. Get that other door open and get out of here.
I'm still gonna stare very confusedly at Andrew and then nod.
Okay. 2d6 plus 1.
I'll look at 10.
You got the room. You got the door open.
I'm gonna point to the door as I float through it.
Floating through it into the room, you see that the exterior hull has been bent inwards, but you don't see any actual holes in the hull big enough for you to get through.
Can I shoot at it?
Okay, the weapon that you currently have is a mag pistol. So, generally speaking, the holes that it will create will be rather small.
I don't assume you have that laser pistol you're eyeing.
No, I grabbed the skull instead.
Fuck.
Roll 2d6 plus 2 for Cluna.
2d6 plus 2. 9.
It does occur to you because you saw her use it just a minute ago to get that skull, but she does seem to have a frickin' lightsaber.
Oh yeah, Andrew, get your freaking lightsaber. You know what? I'm going to with my hands. I'm gonna pantomime a lightsaber fight.
She holds it out to you with a look.
Oh, I can do it. You're gonna let me use your lightsaber?
Well, he's already done an action this turn.
Also, close
Yeah,
that door.
If he comes over here, I thought I did close that door.
No, this one right here.
Yeah. Well, okay. Is it my turn or what? I'm lost.
So it's going to be the next turn now. So roll for initiative. Okay.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, geez. Okay.
10.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that's great. April, you're up first, so you can get right to the weakened hull here, and you could attempt to use your sword to open up a hole for both of you.
Do it.
All right. So this is going to be 2d6.
6. I don't assume it's going anywhere.
You are working on it. You're like halfway through making a.
She points at the door with her free
Yeah,
hand.
I nod. I give you a thumbs up.
Okay, so it's the alien's turn first. Oh, geez. It wants you guys. Okay. Okay. You guys both see the shadow of the creature right outside the room now.
Well, while
Just illuminated from the lights from your helmets.
while Andrew's doing her Qui-Gon Jinn activity over here on the big door, I'm going to try to shut this other door.
Right in front of it. Okay. Roll 2d6 plus 1. You get it halfway closed. And I guess it all depends on the order for next turn. So 2d6 for Daniel, 2d6 plus 1 for April. Eight for Daniel, an 11 for April, and a 7 for the alien. So the alien will be going last.
There you go.
Fucking loser.
Nerd.
Okay, April, roll 2d6 and don't roll double ones. All right, April, you have made a hole big enough for the both of you to leave. You want to roll me your vac suit skill? 2d6 plus 2.
Maybe 11 or 11, right?
10.
No, 10.
Oh, I'm getting a weird thing happening on my end when April rolls. Like it's a thing that says April is typing, and then it does like.
So you see with these little air jets off of April's back, she goes flying out of the station and into space.
And she yanks on my tether and pulls me with her.
You're not tethered at the moment.
Oh well, I'm just gonna. I guess I'm gonna make a leap of faith up that fucking hole.
Yeah, it's your turn now. You can roll for your vac suit. 2d6.
This is getting a little unbelievable, honestly.
Oh, geez. Okay. So you get like just out of the station at that point. Okay, I guess it's the alien's turn.
Can I fire my pistol to give myself extra propulsion?
You know what? Sure. You didn't have an attack, so try to do that.
And while I'm doing it, I'll aim at the monster, just in case.
2d6 minus 1.
Please work.
Okay. I'm going to say because you did that, you didn't give yourself much more room, but this is going to turn this alien's attempt to grab you, to pull you back into the station, from a normal to a difficult. So it will need to get at least a 12 right now to grab you back into the station.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, and April, as you fly out and you turn around, you see Daniel being pulled back into the station by the creature.
She's going to turn herself around and lunge at the creature with her sword.
Okay, I'll let you do that. Roll me 2d6.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Next turn. 2d6 for Daniel, 2d6 plus 1 for you, April.
Oh shit. 2d6.
And it got an 11.
10.
Okay. It's going to attempt to drag Daniel back into the ship, the station further. Daniel, this is going to be an opposed strength check. You can attempt, in this case, to use your arm.
I mean,
to oppose it.
that's why I brought my arm with me.
So, in this case, you will get to roll 2d6 plus. Hold on, let me just double check what an 18 gives you. Pretty sure it's at least a 3. So it's every 3. 2d6 plus 4. You get to roll 2d6 plus 4.
It'll still be a 2 somehow.
Strength of this thing. Okay, so that's not that bad. This thing is more dexterous. All right, you manage to yank yourself away from it at the moment. You can attempt another vac suit skill to try to get away from it.
Yeah. Will Andrew be able to adjust what she's doing based on what she's seeing? Like.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay. So what is this 2d6?
Well, wait. Who goes first? Is it you or the creature?
Also, are you sure?
The creature just went. It tried to pull him in.
Yeah. This happened during the creature's turn. So now it's April that goes first in the order. But if you want, April, you can let Daniel go first, and then adjust yourself.
I'm gonna wait to see what Daniel does.
Okay.
To see if Daniel gets free or not.
Richard, can you confirm what my role for my vac suit is supposed to be?
2d6.
Okay, because on my this is probably my ignorance of how this works. I see that I have like my vac suit has a 2 next to it.
2. Yeah, and you currently have a -2 from your dexterity and dexterity damage, so they cancel each other out to make it just a flat 2d6.
But I thought I fixed my dexterity, like I got some of that back.
At the moment, you got some of your endurance back, not your dexterity.
Oh, I got you. Okay, all right.
Okay, so Daniel's still floundering, so you can react to that, April, and you can try to use your vac suit skill and clip him into you to zoom away from the station.
I'm gonna take off.
Okay. So 2d6 plus 2 for you.
10.
All right. And with that, you're able to get about 50 meters away from the station together.
While she's pulling me away, do you guys remember there's a scene in Avengers Infinity War when Star-Lord jumps through a portal while flipping Thanos off? You guys remember what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
That's exactly what I'm doing. As Andrew's pulling me away, I'm giving this monster like double birds.
And you see the bug-like face of it just like glare out towards you and then disappear from the hole as you start to fly away. And we will end there for tonight's session. Sorry it went a bit long, but I didn't want you all to wait in suspense for another week for this to end.
Well, now we just get to float aimlessly around space now because we're not out of trouble, right?
You
and
do have
Slems is busy.
Slems is busy decorating his room.
Well, maybe our captain will be persuaded to show up to work next week.
Maybe he will. So I hope you all had fun tonight. It was definitely a session that went right to the very last second.
Absolutely.
Also, a quick reminder as we're signing off. I think there's going to be an Assassin's Creed Shadows stream tomorrow at our normal time at 7. So if you're still sticking around, thank you. I appreciate it. I saw we have higher viewers than I'm used to on these sessions. Like for the past 4 or 5 weeks. So it's kind of cool to see like people actually come through and like watch for a bit and leave. So if you're still here, I appreciate it. And join us for Assassin's Creed tomorrow at 7.